Hello there. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I'm bringing you this energy because I know you might be in the middle of anything tough and anything that requires your attention, that requires your full attitude. And especially if we start in a week, and even if we're in the middle or end of the week, sometimes we need to be at our A game. And I've seen one time a little graph or graphic where we see that how the days go, and Monday like this, Tuesday like this, Wednesday like this, Thursday like this, Friday like this. So often what happens is we are not very productive as we want to be, and that's what today's topic is really about. It's about embracing a resilient mindset. And especially this topic will never get old. And for those like myself who come from a sports background, you know that this is a topic which needs a lot of attention. And it's not about to beat you on the head with a book and you got to be strong and you got to go and bite through obstacles, because generally we are all pretty strong. We are born like that. If you've been fortunate to be born in this world, you already know how it is out there. I don't have to tell you anything new. The challenge is that we need to somehow prioritize the resilience that, from really the top, if you will, from leadership all the way down to the teams. And I've been very passionate about this topic, and this is also why I decided to share this little mini course with you, or growth course, growth starter as I call it. And it's about leadership, so I would encourage you to look into that. It's not expensive, and it gives you a lot of, or it's inexpensive really, and it gives you an idea a little bit going back to the basics. But really, it's also my way to contribute back and give back to the society, invest in other things where I believe that this world needs to be improved, like perhaps in Africa, Ukraine, etc. But in general, leadership goes hand in hand in resilience. And I have three things today for you, three concepts, and I have a book for you as well. Before we do that, I want you guys to really get the book, if you haven't read it, from Carol Dweck, about mindset, and it's about a fixed and growth mindset. And this is what we're gonna talk about today, because as leaders, we need to embrace the growth mindset, which means we looking forward. We know that we want to grow, we want to improve ourselves, and that means also improving this first concept, which is embracing resilience. And what does it really mean, embracing resilience? Embracing resilience, in my opinion, is a concept that as I said, trickles down from the organization. It's about embracing resilient mindset. It comes down to organizational resilience. It can be personal resilience when you go through a breakup and when somebody dies. It's prioritizing that we actually can bounce back. And I always describe resilience as this tree which stands in the storm, in the wind, and it's flexible like a branch, and it can bend with the wind from one side to another, unlike like a fixed tree which is just, and then when the storm comes, it breaks it. And you want to be the flexible branch, and we need to all relearn that, to be flexible again in our approach. And really, one thing that can help you in terms of resilience, there are multiple things, and I've been repeating it on and off, but again, if you really want this is free and complimentary. It's the foundation I believe everybody should have, which is Mastering Body, Mind, and Life course. So again, you can scan the QR code and it will lead you directly to the course. So please sign up, and it will give you a little bit, and it may be already there. So I'm preaching to the converted crowd already. But even if you've been there, please revisit it. Maybe there are some new course sections that you haven't seen before. So remember, resilience is very key, and it builds on how you take care of your fitness, how you take care of your mindset, how you take care of your relationship. Are you surrounded? Do you have a positive peer group? Are you grateful? All these things and beyond that are very important. The second part of this equation in resilient mindset is about optimism, goals, compassion, and focus. So again, it's about optimism, goals, compassion, and focus. And it's quite a mouthful. Optimism is a big topic. I would recommend you to revisit a book from Barbara Fredrickson, Positivity. It's amazing. You can also watch some videos from Simon Sinek. it's really important to have this optimistic mindset. And I was saying it in the previous lesson, what got you here, or in the previous lessons, but what got you here will not get you to the next stage. And your next stage, especially when you're, and the first section was about focus, it's really about giving priorities to things, certain things, and excluding some other things from your life. And this is also how you start setting your goals, right? Um, Resilience is really all about this. It's this balance between push and pull, overcoming, going higher and further in your challenge with your challenges, and with your goals, and with your personal vision for your life, but also having those goals along the way while having compassion and focus. So I want you to really learn this year to be compassionate with yourself. I had to relearn this because I feel, because I come from a sports background and I haven't been given, the silver spoon to pave my life and say, hey, good luck. And I know many of you out there also not. But many people actually really struggle because they never learn to be independent, never really learn to overcome things. And this is why having optimism, making sure that you have a focus, clear goals, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 goals for the week, and then you have your compassion when you actually don't accomplish those, and the train keeps going, but you know that you will keep improving. And this is what I mean also with having a focus, because eventually things will start to make sense. You realize, I like this, I don't like that so much. And this is where compassion really is a big, kindness to yourself is a big topic. The third and final concept for resilience I have for you guys is the adaptability and bouncing back from setbacks. Again, adaptability and bouncing back from setbacks. I know this might sound really straightforward, but it's actually not. Because what's common knowledge is not common practice. And what I've seen so often in my own life, sometimes human beings, we tend to make the same mistakes all over again and expect different results. Didn't Albert Einstein said it's a definition of insanity? We really need to improve. We really need to work on ourselves. And this is why when things happen, we need to first be kind to ourselves, like I said, be compassionate and say, okay, well, this didn't work. This job that I had didn't really work. And I figured that I don't like this so much. So let me focus on something else eventually. And when you do that, you first don't try to push away the fact that you failed, because it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And the important part here now becomes, are you able to bounce back? Are you able to make a new decision? Are you to make a new destination, design a new path for yourself? But first, you will need to adapt. First, you will need to cope with all these difficult emotions. And I think this is the difficult part in the equation, because choosing a new thing, sometimes it's easier because it feels motivational, it feels new, it feels like there's energy and you're motivated to do it. But adapting to the current situation might be a bit hard. So again, I really hope you choose a new path, because the challenge is, if you go through the first two concepts and don't really adapt and bounce back, what will happen? You will start making the same mistakes. You will, regret that you have actually even tried, and it's a vicious downward spiral, which will not really benefit your progress. So I hope this helped and it inspired you to keep going, keep moving forward, and know that life is actually better out there when you venture out, when you try. Even if you have never reached those ambitious goals, you still went out there and you tried. So go out there, stay legendary, make sure you embrace resilience, you embrace the growth mindset instead of the fixed mindset, which is me, my mistakes, I will never change, I will do the same things. No, you are a warrior and you can adapt to anything that stands in your way. You can push through or go around it, go above it, underneath, and figure out that the next stage of your life is going to be better. So that's why resilience is a very important concept. I hope it gave you a little notion and perspective. One last thing I'm going to give you here is about decisions. decisions are key. Sometimes it really comes down to that. Again, grab your phone, scan it, and it will guide you to an interview, and you can learn a little bit about decisions. So thank you guys for having me and listening to my mumbling and rumbling. Whether you're listening to an audio, please spread the vibes of positivity and optimism, and share it. Know that resilience is important for leadership, it's important for your team, and share this with people that need to hear it. Thank you very much, and until the next time, stay awesome and legendary. Bye bye.